Have you ever felt extremely anxious and depressed to a point that you feel like you wanna harm yourself? You are not alone, and support is available for anyone or everyone who is struggling with self-harm. Let's get started. This video talks about self-harm, why it happens, how it happens, and ways that we can prevent and manage it. I'm Victor, a psychiatric nurse, and I do talk about mental health, creating awareness on mental health, and ways that we can improve our mental wellness. So, what is self-harm? Self-harm is an unsuicidal act that involves harming oneself or injuring oneself in an attempt to relieve anxiety or depression, which could be so debilitating to a point that we want to shift the focus from emotional or psychological pain to physical pain. It could also come out of guilt, where one attempts to punish themselves for something they did or something they were supposed to do but they didn't do it. It could also come as a result of reminding themselves of their existence, and this could happen in very severe mental illnesses. People who experience self-harm could cut themselves, burn themselves, pinch themselves, bite themselves, sometimes until they bleed, or they could bang their heads against a wall or a rough surface. And it's important to understand because these are some of the things we can look at. You find someone who is depressed or anxious, but besides that, they also have some scars, some wounds, some bruises. It can make it easy for us to predict. It's also important for us to understand that these people hide this a lot because of the stigma within them, and it's important to note even their mode of dressing, how they wear, because they may wear clothes that hide those scars, and it's important to assess, especially if you're a mental health professional. And if you are experiencing self-harm or self-injurious behavior, you're not alone. It is totally valid to feel anxious and depressing thoughts that overwhelm us to a point that we are trying to seek an outlet for the pain, which our brain could tell us to harm ourselves. However, there are other ways that we can manage anxiety, depression, or even guilt. One could be speaking to a friend, speaking to a mental health professional. You could also write down or journal your thoughts. You could practice mindfulness. You could do some relaxation techniques such as breathing exercises, and you could also find things that could also distract you from harming yourself.